I am here to break down the Afrika Bambaataa, Hassan Campbell, B Stinger. This whole feud that's been going on for quite some time. Now, Hassan Campbell and B Stinger appeared on 050 The Movement yesterday. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, there's just too many versions of the story, right? On top of B Stinger coming at Hassan, but it's like he has so much animosity towards Hassan, and I'm like, this is way deeper than what's really going on. Like, it's too deep, and it's too deep for you to have all this animosity. Like, for what? What is the real reason, B Stinger? Why do you have so much animosity towards Hassan? Like, what is it? But yeah. So the legal side of me had to break down some stuff and make it make sense to myself, because it just wasn't making sense to me. But I think I figured it out. But we're gonna dissect some pieces first and go from there, and I'll tell you at the end what I think.
He's telling the world that Bambaataa is innocent. He never touched
Yes.
any kids. He's telling the world that
Listen, Hassan. Hassan, stop lying on Bambaataa,
Hold on,
nigga.
B-Stinger, let him
Nobody's
get it
raping
off.
nobody.
B-Stinger, respectfully, let him get it off,
Nobody raped
please.
you, Hassan. You're a liar.
Okay, we're gonna get
You're
you
a
to talk.
liar
I
and a
want
bitch.
Hassan and then
Stop
you.
lying on Bambaataa.
China, you gotta get control, bro. This ain't control.
Stop lying on Bambaataa, nigga.
Dialogue. There's no dialogue.
Stop it.
See, one thing I'm
So B Stinger automatically went from 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds. Like, he just exploded, and I'm like, dude, what is the real issue? Like, why are you exploding? Like, the minute he just started talking, I don't know if Hassan's voice irritates him. I don't know what it is, but dude, you just exploded for what? Like, what's really going on?
The conversation with you, it was paid, like a pay agreement shit.
Nah. Those were my friends. Like, they were just trying to look out for me. That was it.
Oh, they was trying to look out for you, but they didn't pay you?
Nah, I never got money. He never gave me no money or nothing.
So here he says he never got paid. He was offered $100,000 to recant his story, and he says he never got paid. And he says those were his friends, and they were looking out for him. Now, respectfully, one thing I will not do, I will not sit here and dissect what he felt, what he thought, what was what he thought, what was his mind at that particular time. I will not do that, respectfully. I have not ever been in that situation, and I, of course, don't condone it. I don't agree with it. It's unfortunate that it did happen, so I'm just going to sit here and listen to what he has to say.
When I was younger, I was molested by Afrika Bambaataa. Afrika Bambaataa is the founding father of hip-hop. He's the co-founder of the Universal Zulu Nation. He's done tons of records, like Planet Rock, Looking for the Perfect Beat. I met them when I was around 14. When I was in the 9th grade, I was cut in one day, and I had called Afrika Bambaataa, and because I didn't have nowhere to go. So I went up to his house. He paid the cab, and I was in the living room. Another gentleman was there, and it looked like they was DJing. And Bam told me that I could go into his bedroom because the TV was on. So I went to the bedroom, and I was in there. And I say I was in the bedroom no more than 3-4 minutes. And Bam took out his penis, and he started jerking it. And he told me that for me to take mine out. And at that time, I didn't really understand what jerking was. So he was telling me, oh, that everybody does it. he unzipped my pants and he took it out and he started jerking it. And then he put my hand on it and then started making me jerk it. Then he left the room, and the guy that was in the living room, he came into the room. And when he came into the room, his thing was already out. And I got up off the bed and I left. Another time, Bam came to my house. The thing that really stayed in my mind and really freaked me out is I had to lay on the bed and I had to cross my legs. And he would put his penis in between my legs and then pump up and down. And I remember at the time I had this big guy like on me, and from that time I bugged out. I'm not gonna lie, like it confused me, like, cause I had never had sex before in my life. No one's never touched me like that, and to be touched, my first time being touched was by a man. During the course of growing up, I told like my close friends what happened to me, because at that time I didn't know who to trust. You know, I didn't feel safe because they all used to come to my house, like the Zulu Nation Council and BAM. So I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know if I told, was something gonna happen to me? Was something gonna happen to my sister, to my mother? You know, so I just held it in. I used to keep it bottled up, and during the course with my girlfriends and stuff like that, their thing was that I didn't know how to show affection. So I used to blame myself for that because I didn't know how to show affection. And when I'm having sex, it would stay hard and then go back down, because while I'm having sex, I would think about Bambaataa, and then it would go down. And, you know, that's the things that the girlfriends didn't like, and I blame myself for that. And I tried to commit suicide about that, because I was always wishing that didn't happen to me, and I always was wondering, if that didn't happen to me, like, would I be able to perform the right way? By the time after that, I found myself just not trusting people, especially when I got in cars, like with my other guy friends. It was on my mind was, are they going to do this too? And I swear to God, that still stays with me now. I'm not looking for any compensation from Afrika Bambaataa. That's not what this is about. I never asked them for money. I never was seeking money from them. The only thing I wanted was for this man to answer my question, why me? You know, that's my justice for myself, because I just wanted to know, why me? My reasons for coming forth is I feel that something needs to happen, because if it took me this long to come out, and people are now telling me, oh, you know, it's nothing that can be done because of the statute of limitations. I feel that the statute of limitations should be longer, or if not, done away with. It took me till I'm 50 to be comfortable to talk about it, to let it out. So I feel that, how can people put limitations on something you've never been through? You know, you haven't experienced the pain, the suffering that I went through since a young teen up until now. And then for it to be told that I have up until 21 or 23 to report it, that's totally unfair. Because at that age, I had just told my parents. I wasn't ready to tell the world. Every day of my life, I think about what happened to me. And it bothers me, because I was always afraid to get it out, afraid to talk about it, you know, because I never wanted to be judged. I always wanted to be like everyone else. So that's That's probably maybe one of the reasons why I didn't say nothing to no one. You know, other than being afraid, and what will happen to me if I do tell, because this is a very powerful man. You know, he has, I believe it's 1.5 million members worldwide. Where I'm gonna run to?
I felt that this was meant to happen because in 2016 and stuff and beyond, I had totally forgot that when I was younger, when I was 15, I had a fake ID, and I had a fake ID that said that I was 18 to get into the clubs and stuff. And I had this ID before I even met Bambaataa in them. And, that's how I was getting in the clubs with them and stuff like that. Right. So, going into these clubs, you had to be 18, So I guess with him seeing me in the clubs and stuff, what is you obviously going to think? He's of age. He's in here with us.
Right.
So, me, I guess I'm part to blame too, because I never told him I was 15.
Is that what you mean when you mentioned we forgave each other? Is that what you mean? You feel like?
Yeah. That's what I feel like, and I told him I was sorry.
To his face the other day?
Yeah, because I felt and I still feel if I would have told him that I was the age, 15, I honestly believe in my heart that none of this would have happened.
So he says that he feels if he would have told Bambaataa back then that he was actually 15, that none of this would have ever happened. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't believe that. I feel that regardless of his age, I honestly felt like it still would have happened. Why? Because Bambaataa was into guys, for one. And two, I think that I personally feel I felt like even if he may have known that he was 15, if Bambaataa would have known that he was 15, I still feel like he probably would have made passes on him. He probably still would have tried him. I mean, that's me personally, because when would you actually find the time to tell him? Would you tell him that you're 15 when, you go to his house for the first time? Is that when you tell him you're 15? Is that when he asks your age? Or when would that get discussed? And after that gets discussed, or brought to the light that you're 15, is that after something happened already? Or does it happen before? And if nothing has transpired yet, do I felt like he still would have tried him? Yes. It's just my opinion.
So I just felt that I needed to say that. So it was like we forgave each other.
And I wonder what his reaction was when he told him many years later. I want to know what Bambaataa's reaction was when you realized you were messing around with the underage child. What was your reaction? What was your response? Do you feel remorseful? Are you mad at him? I don't know.
Did he apologize to you?
We have private words. We
can't disclose. You can't disclose if he apologized though.
We have private words. And just the presence alone and everything said sorry.
Okay.
And we both said, I told him I loved him. He said that he loved me.
So you said private words to each other, and the presence or whatever moment y'all was in, I guess, made everything okay. And y'all say you love each other. Okay.
I never known for Afrika Bambaataa to mess with any underage kids or anything.
Yeah.
That was never the rumor. That was never ever the rumor. The rumor was that he liked the same just guys.
Okay.
It was never underage kids until I came out in 2016.
So you were aware of the rumor that Bambaataa did not mess with underage kids, but that he liked guys. Let me say that again. So you knew the rumor was that he did not mess with underage kids, but he messed with guys. He liked guys. Did you find that out when you were trying to fit in and wanted to be cool? Did you find that out then, or did you find it out recently? But I mean, even then, when the very first incident happened and you went to his house and, activities were done, make that make sense, because I'm at a loss for words right now.
What I did, nobody forced me to do anything. I did it willingly, and so did others, but they were older than me. They were of age, and nobody forced nobody to do anything. And that claim that they was 13 when this happened, but they wasn't 13. They was way older than me.
I'm gonna let the people know that I was asked to retract my story, and I was told what to say in my retraction.
Is that Poppy standing next to you? Now, you gotta see where I'm getting confused at, right? So you're announcing that you're not recanting, and that you and him basically both come out about what's been happening, and it seems like you're fighting for him. Y'all are fighting for each other. Y'all are on the same team. Now, what happened? And then, if I'm not mistaken, I recall you saying that I guess back then you didn't know of Hassan and all this other stuff. Y'all never had any type of interactions. But when do y'all become best of friends? When do y'all both come out and say, hey, this happened to me and this happened to me, and we're gonna fight for each other, and we're gonna do this together, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Because you're right now down his throat, like literally, the sound of his voice is just making you so mad. So yeah, what's really going on?
I'd be damned if I retract anything.
That's right. Stand your ground, brother.
If it wasn't for me and Poppy.
Hey, Poppy. That? Your nickname is Poppy? Te quiero, Poppy. Te quiero, Poppy. That's the only time I'm saying Poppy to a man. Te quiero, Poppy. You won't see if I'm a dude, I'm not gonna go around calling another dude Poppy. No. I'ma call a man Poppy. I'ma say te quiero, Poppy. Got it?
People would not be coming out against the force.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. Not everybody in the Zulu Nation knew.
Exactly. Yes.
But then there's a lot of people that did.
Did know.
And I say, if Bambaataa's gonna step down, then the people that hit this
Right.
from the council
They gotta go.
that knew about it, they gotta go too. That's what I came to say.
Exactly.
We're gonna be Stinger Savage. Listen, Hassan Campbell, what war are you talking about? The only war that I see is the war of you trying to get money in your pockets from these people on YouTube. That's the only war I see. You know what I'm saying? Won't you talk about, instead of lying on Bambaataa, talking about he tapped you when you were younger, didn't you tell me when you was younger that someone tapped that ass that was in your family? Didn't you tell me that? Remember when we was in Harlem? When I came from my girl's house to meet you, we were sitting on the benches. Didn't you tell me that? Everybody in Bronx River says your mother's ex-boyfriend was tapping that ass when you was younger, but you blaming shit on Bambaataa. Stop lying, nigga. You've been lying since day one.
Now make this make sense. Now you was just defending him. First you was fighting him, then you were defending him, now you're fighting him again. I know not in the same timeline, but what happened? What transitioned during these years? The love and hate. What really, what transpired? Were you mad because he put out a lawsuit first? Or, you know, he talked to people first? Were you mad about that? Did he beat you to the punch? Because y'all both agreed to, I guess, I don't know if, I don't say both agreed, but you know, you, B Stinger, agreed to recant, and maybe Poppy didn't want to recant. Were you mad because you were the only person standing in the spotlight and felt like you were the only person speaking up for you and everyone else? Was that really it?
Yo, this B Stinger. Yo, bro. 12 years old. Keep having Bam's name in your mouth, nigga. Keep having Bam's name in your mouth. Keep it up.
You still getting mad because he got Bambaataa's name? Because Hassan keep talking about Bambaataa. What you getting mad? Like, is Bambaataa your man? Was he your man or something? Like, seriously, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm really just trying to make this make sense. Like, you go from love to hate, love to hate, love to hate. Like, which one is it? Why?
Keep it up. You know damn well you wasn't 12, my nigga.
The number of the day is 12.
I said I wanted to be a part of the Child Victim Act. That was my mission. Whatever other mission was going on, that was never my mission.
So come 2017, you know, the governor, you know, he made a promise to us that in 2017 that they're going to pass the bill, you know, to the age of 35. And, you know, right now we're just trying to push them to do this 1-year window, which I strongly believe that it's gonna we're gonna get that 1-year window because Governor Cuomo, you know, he's behind us like 100%. And, you know, I had told myself, like, okay, well, you know, since, you know, I'm doing this with BAM, and I want to be able to give people even more encouragement. So I said, once the legislation passes, I'm going to take Bambaataa to court for monetary damages. But I don't want nothing from that man. So what I'm going to do is give 100% of, if I win, I'm going to give 100% of that money to a charity that deals with people who's been molested, you know. And this is just
to let people, yeah, this is just to let people know, don't be afraid of the person who's done something to you, And I'm showing people like I'm going up against one of the most powerful people in the world right now, and if I can do it, you can do it too.
I think I may have said that one time because I was pissed off when my accuser went on Ed Lover, who I know, and said that he didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? So I was pissed off. So I was like, oh yeah, all right, yeah. So now I'm gonna take you to court. That was just my anger. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
Now his accuser claims he didn't know him. I guess it was a show or something. I guess went on the show or whatever, and claims that he didn't know Beast Singer. His accuser. Who do y'all think the accuser is? So you got in your feelings because your accuser didn't mention your name. And then all of a sudden you wanted to sue him. You got mad, right? That sounds like a little boyfriend-girlfriend type mess. Some petty mess. You get mad because you didn't mention my name when you got your award and I've been here this whole entire time with you and I'm mad at you. That's what that sound like. Don't that sound like the same thing? Just asking. Make it make sense.
I want to say this. If I'm going to bring this forth and I'm going to tell you to do this, I'm saying it here. When the statute of limitations passed and they give us a 1-year window, I'm going to take Afrika Bambaataa to court. I don't know if we're going to get criminal, but we're going to get monetary. I don't want that man's money. I could have took it when they were trying to offer it to me.
Yeah.
I'm doing this so that he can be labeled as a pedophile. We need to protect our kids. And whatever amount that I'm going to charge him, I'm going to give 100% of his money to a charity that handles people who've been molested.
Now, here's what I think, my opinion, on why I feel like there's some animosity, why Beast Singer has animosity towards Hassan. Let me break that down first real quick. The reason why I think Beast Singer has animosity towards Hassan is, one, Hassan went and told first. Wanted to make a case about it. And I guess Beast Singer maybe was like, I kind of honestly feel like Beast Singer developed some type of feelings for Bambaataa. Feelings, or just was feeling some type of way towards Bambaataa. I really do think that. And maybe he felt a little possessive, over Bambaataa. And when he heard news that Hassan was out here telling the reporters and people and making a case about it, it was kind of like, hey, why are you telling on my boyfriend? That's my boyfriend. What we do is what we do. I ain't got no problem with it. You don't hear me complaining, talking to nobody else. So what's the issue? And I kind of think that's has something to do with it. I kind of feel like maybe Beast Singer was feeling some type of way about Bambaataa. Hassan went and told. Bambaataa was like, no, that's not it, because we in some type of relationship, or we got some type of agreement, and that's not it. I kind of feel like that's what it could be. And then, I don't know if it was fighting over Bambaataa, if Hassan and B Stinger were fighting over Bambaataa. And then I don't know if it was, you know, maybe at one point when maybe, I don't know, maybe Hassan decided not to continue going forward, or maybe kind of left it alone and left it in the courts. And, you know, they were standing up there together, united as one, and we're going to talk about this, and left, you know, B Stinger out there to kind of just fight this whole fight by himself. I think it's about those three things wrapped up into one. But like I said, the animosity on 050, the movement show yesterday, you can tell when there's feelings involved. You can tell when there's an argument, or there's just, you know, you're mad at a person. You can tell if you're mad, if it's based off of feelings, if it's mad, if it's based off of, you know, y'all just don't like each other, or jealousy or something. You can tell what type of animosity that is. And that, to me personally, that just felt like there was just some type of feelings. I don't know if it was a triangle type love relationship. I don't know. Okay. This is just my opinion, and respectfully to Hassan and B Stinger, these are just my opinions. It's unfortunate to hear what happened, you know, it really is, and I'm sorry that happened to you all, whether it was consensual, whether it was not consensual. Regardless, it's not right. But yeah, this is Miss Miyagi talking. My thoughts, my feelings on this whole thing. Let me know what you think in the comments.